Alright, as the title says, it is time for a retie. I did a henna treatment a couple of days ago. I gave it time to oxidize, and I'm looking at whether or not the red tint came through. It looks like I can see a good amount of red tint on it. I did do deep conditioning after my henna treatment, but that was a couple of days ago. So I'm going to go ahead and spray some leave-in conditioner on it as well. This is about as much new growth as I allow before I decide it's time for a retie. So if I can fit my finger through it, then it's time to retie. I'm going to start by splitting my hair into 4 sections and spraying my leave-in as I go. You can see here I'm using the Aussie hair leave-in conditioner, but I really don't stick to any specific brand, so I have a few different leave-in conditioners. This is just the one my hand landed on today. Let's take this overboard now. Here are the ingredients to my own little moisturizing concoction. I don't have any measurements. I just go by how I feel when I'm making it. Since there is oil in it, make sure to shake it before use. And this is the foam I'm going to be using when I braid my hair. After each section, I'm just going to braid my hair so I can do a braid out later. Alright, so on to the good stuff. As you can see, my camera is mirroring to my TV, but this is not how I do the back of my hair. Normally, I just go ahead and watch a movie as I'm doing the back of my hair. But I needed to make sure I can see that the camera was recording the right stuff and it could see clearly, so I had to screen it to my TV. But this is actually a really good way to do the back of your hair if that's what you want to look at. But I just like to watch a movie or something as I'm doing the back of my hair. Like I said, I usually just go by feel, and I'm not looking at a camera as I'm doing this, so I do have a little bit hesitant movements as I'm watching myself, but we're going to get through this. Alright, now that my lock is sectioned off, it's time for me to attach my favorite lock tool. Here it is in the right hand corner. Okay, so I do a 2-point rotation. Here I'm going to be going towards my middle part to the left and then down. But I'm going to be starting diagonally. So instead of straight down or straight to the side, I'm going to be starting off from like the corner. The reason why I do this is because I want to make sure I'm not accidentally going into the same hole that I left off at 2 months ago when I did my last retie. So this is me trying to find a corner. Usually I just go by feel, but looking at the camera on the TV is throwing me off a little bit. But here we are. You know just what you're doing now. Baby, now we can So we just went in through the corner, and now we're going to go in to the side. And then we're going to go down. So the first rotation is actually a 3-point rotation, but after that, everything else is a 2-point rotation. So to the side, and then down. Oops. And down. And if it's hard for you to see, don't worry about it. I have multiple angles on this video. I'm going to have a couple from the back, one from the side, and then a few from the front. So you get to see it from multiple angles. If there's any confusion, you get to see it about 4 or 5 times. Let's go. Let's don't get in a hurry. No, that's too slow. Here I wanted to show you what I do when I have some hairs that are coming out of my locks. Usually around my edges this happens, so I do a little bit of locksmithing. Kind of like twisting, but you kind of just roll the hairs into it. And then I do my retie, or interlock, I mean. I'll be showing you the locksmithing again from the front later on in the video. So again, we're going in diagonally first, and pull up, and then go through, and we're going to go through the side. And you notice every single time that I do this, I switch hands. So in my right hand, I'm going down, and then in my left hand, I'm going towards the right. And I do this just to help myself, remind myself where I'm at in case I get distracted. Because usually I'm working on autopilot, so if I get distracted and my lock is in my right hand, then I know that I'm supposed to be going down, or whatever direction that I'm going at the time of whatever lock I'm at, or whatever lock I'm on, I mean. I feel like this is very helpful to me. Here I'm going to show you how I section off another row, usually without the camera, which I just go by feel. So I'll section out the row, and then I'll run my finger through the part to make sure I'm feeling skin on skin, and anywhere I'm not feeling skin on skin, then I try to make sure I move those hairs out the way until I kind of feel, skin on scalp. Then I go in between each lock and make sure the same thing between the parts. And that's normally how I just do my locks by feel in the back, and just continue watching my movie or show. I think you've seen enough reties in the back, so we're going to go ahead and move on to a different angle real quick. Here's a side angle real quick. I'm going to go to the back, and then I'm going to go down. But of course, we're going to start off diagonally again. I am almost done here. I only got 2 rows left. You can see my braids. I call them Felicia braids. They're going to be, so when I take them out, there's going to be a nice little braid out. But here I wanted to show you a few more angles of me doing my 2-point interlocks. Alright, so even though I'm in front of a mirror for the front part of my hair, they're not as nice and crisp as a professional optician would do it. I do like to make sure that the parts are separated and my locks are not married together, but it doesn't have to be that crisp. So some days I will put a little bit more effort into my reties than others. I might use some aloe vera gel or something to get a little bit more of a crisp retie, but this was not one of those reties. Alright, for this lock I'm going to be going to the side and back, going towards my middle part and back. I'm not sure why I didn't go down towards the side of my head, but I decided to go towards my middle part this time, so that's what we're doing. So again, from the angle to the side and then to the back. Alright, one more time. I'm going to go in from an angle. And then we're going to go to the side. And then we're going to go to the back. Okay, this is the very last one. I'm going to show you a little bit more when I do locksmithing on one of my locks to get my edges to go into my lock a little bit more before I start the actual retie. I don't like to put too much tension on my edges, but I do like to make sure that they're in there at least for the first week or so of my retie. Alright, and I am officially done. I'm so happy it took me, I don't know how many hours honestly, but finally done. I'm going to put these sections into a couple more braids and then I'll take these braids out for a cute braid out in a couple of days. I hope this was very helpful to you. Ask me any questions. I'll try to get back and answer them as soon as I can. Bye.